Hello everyone and welcome back to The Council, where we will be going on into episode 3. Because apparently we found our mother. And nobody knows why.
The only thing I
She's
can
been
tell
gone.
you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are,
Well then.
please.
So I've only got one book? That's not helpful at all.
Don't move.
Wait, I don't...
So you've come at last.
Easy. Let me turn around.
Okay, here.
Oh my god, Mother, what has happened to you?
Who are you?
What? But, Mother,
Who are you?
it's me, Louis, your son.
No, you lie. You won't catch me out like that. Louis isn't here. He obeys his mother. He would never have come here.
Mother, I don't know what you've been through, but lower your arm, please.
You think I was born yesterday, do you? But it won't work.
I'm begging you.
One day you will fall.
Mother!
Why are you here?
Ooh, boy.
Let's go, Mother. Let's go home.
In all my heart, there's nothing I want more. But I know you won't let me leave. You are evil incarnate. Every
Let's
word
do
that
this
comes
really
out of
fast.
your mouth is sharper than a razor blade.
I don't wish you any harm. Really, Mother. It's me, Louis.
Don't speak to me about him. You will never get him.
Mother, stop torturing yourself. It really is me, Louis. How can I convince you?
If you really are who you say you are, what was the saying I taught you?
You've been telling it to me since I was 3 years old, Mother. How could I ever forget it? Always keep your mind rational and open.
You knew it. You are smart. You're getting me muddled up. Tell me, rather, whose place were we at when I told you I was coming here?
Mother, I really am your son. You can't trick me. We were in Paris. We were investigating an art dealer.
His name?
Oh. Think.
I just told you, you can't trick me. His name was von Borchert.
My God, everything is lost then. I refuse to believe it's really you, Louis. Otherwise, all this would be for nothing.
Mother, I don't know what happened to you, but don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. I'm here for you, and
No, I ordered you not to come with me.
I received a letter, and Lord Mortimer informed me of your disappearance. So I took the...
No! 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 It's not true. It's a nightmare. Don't tell me that. Have you spoken to him?
Oh, shit. She's completely panicked because I spoke to Mortimer. It seems she's afraid of what he might have said to me about her.
Did he speak to you?
Mother, I don't know what you're imagining, Don't worry. Everything will be all right. If you're worried about what I might think about Elizabeth Adams, honestly...
Oh, Louis! Elizabeth is the last of my worries right now. I did what I could for her, but it was too late.
Very well. Rational and open, Louis.
Since you arrived on the island, has anything strange happened to you?
Depends on what you mean by strange. Like me having visions, for example?
I knew it! It started! Oh,
Hell,
Louis,
she's
I just
panicking.
wish I...
Yes, it's happened to me. Like when I was a boy. I find myself in someone else's body for the space of a dream.
Have you ever dreamed of a different place to the one where you were sleeping, without being able to explain it?
No.
But Mother, don't worry. I'm not losing my mind. Everything is fine. You used to give me a concoction to calm me down when I was little. So, just make some for me once we get back home.
Migraines? Loss of consciousness? Loss of control?
No, rest assured. All is well. I promise you.
What else?
Personally, I think that you being missing for 3 days and then me finding you underground, minus a hand, well, that qualifies as strange, don't you think?
No, my hand is not important for the moment. If that's the only thing you found that shocks you, then all is well. Now shut up and listen to me. We might still have a chance.
So this has happened
Something
to
of
him
utmost
before.
importance is going to play out right here.
What are you talking about?
A conference, Louis. I should think all Mortimer's guests have arrived by now, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Since this morning.
Perfect. The conference will be able to begin.
Indeed. It shouldn't be long and...
Let me finish. We haven't time. You will attend this conference, and you must find out what Mortimer is up to. Don't trust him, Louis. Understood? Louis, I made a mistake by coming here. We are in the lion's den.
What do you mean?
Mortimer, Holm, their guests. Watch what happens. Do you think it's normal that the representatives of the most powerful nations are here all on their own without anyone else? On an island in the middle of nowhere in total secrecy?
No, not really, but...
Louis! They shape the world. They manipulate us. Everything is decided here and now. They create and break states, provoke wars, destitute governments, or decide who will be their leaders. Open your eyes!
Mother, calm yourself, please.
Nothing is impossible for them. They are capable of reaching everyone, wherever they may be. Through high society banquets, they model the future of us all. And it isn't at all an issue for them.
Well, because they're above it. They aren't affected by it.
It's time to act, my son. You will go to this conference, and from the inside, you'll do everything you can to prevent Mortimer's plan from going ahead smoothly. We can talk later. I'll explain everything.
But why?
Do as I say, Louis. It's of the utmost importance. Beware of Mortimer. He won't let anything stand in his way.
You promised me that after...
Yes, after. Go now.
Yes, Mother, I'm going. One more thing, Mother. Emily Hillsborough, Emma's sister, came to this island looking for her sister. She probably won't hesitate to take revenge and...
It's the signal that the conference is starting, Louis. Don't be concerned about the Duchess. She's the last of our worries.
Okay, then. So she hasn't gone senile. She's just uber stressed and didn't want to believe that I was here. do believe I want to go in here. Oh boy. I mean, it's rather nice, but at the same time, wow. It's a total New World Order type stuff going on here.
I have suspected it.
The Americas, Europe, Asia, Africa, pretty much the whole world right there. Oh, there's some amber over there. I'm grabbing that.
Amber.
Ooh, a whole set. Yeah, yeah.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
Your conjecture is totally wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected it for some time, but now I am convinced.
I have already told her so once, by your desire.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Yes, because she asked him at last, and he could not help answering her.
No, if you are serious about it, I shall consider the matter absolutely safe.
Certainly, sir. Allowing the case, however, to stand according to your representation, you must remember.
Okay, that looks like everything. So let's talk to these folks, shall we?
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. We still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Well, now that someone's actually told me that he wants to talk to me specifically, and I don't want to make him wait, I'm gonna have to talk to him. Because then I'd look like an ass!
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer.
Oh, you're not
wishes to
Mortimer.
Speak to you before it begins. You should go and see him.
I saw the mustache and beard and I thought it was Mortimer. I'm an idiot. Is this him over here? Oh, there's something here next to the seat. Something over here too. Oh, I'm pretty much all stocked up except for my honey. But I get lots of honey. Okay.
You must remember.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly. But what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well. Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
Uh-huh.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. it was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
I see.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
I see.
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings. Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
But how does that concern me?
Well, you see, I prepared this project with your mother. We began thinking about a crazy idea. Unfortunately, Sarah went missing before getting the bigger picture.
And then didn't we get Louisiana from the French?
My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Lord Mortimer, I'm sure you're aware that Louisiana is hardly prime quality land. I wouldn't be exaggerating to call it marshland. How is acquiring land they won't know what to do with going to strengthen the United States?
Think further, Louis. The United States won't stop there. Once they've acquired Louisiana, nothing will stop them. All they would have to do then is keep pushing toward the west to take the whole North American continent.
So you intend to get rid of the Spanish?
They are purely transitory. This is the settlers' home. It is natural for them to want to develop their nation to become one of the greatest powers of this world. As for the Spanish, there are just a handful of them actually on site, and if need be, we'll see to it that they are sufficiently occupied in Europe so that their focus is not on the North American continent. Moreover, Spain really only cares about its colonies in South America. It's hardly my fault if they're not capable of seeing the potential in the North American territories.
I can attest to there's no potential here. We all suck.
It's time to lead the way to democracy. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Blast it, Mother. You didn't know about everything. His project is commendable. Why tell me to beware? Could you have gotten it wrong?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot.
My friends, I propose we get started.
Oh, man.
First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Unless, of course, the influence was to get rid of him.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
I do not like the way he said that.
I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other. More now than
Dream
ever
speech
before.
isn't for a while.
A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
When we start fighting
Thank
ourselves.
you for the thought, Lord Mortimer. But I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice,
Why are those
my
candles
good
out?
fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton
Jeez.
plantations to
He
provide
stroked
him with
back.
cheap labor. So you
Pretty
keep your
damn
morals
hard.
to yourself, if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Will no longer use.
Senor Godoy, you must know that France will soon ban these barbaric practices.
Oh, do not get on your high horse, Monsieur Frenchman. The only reason why France has ceased trading in slaves is because of the commercial blockade that Great Britain has imposed against you. The instant the shipping lanes have been restored, France will again treat these people like cattle.
Come now, my friends. Let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word
Bible states
to
that
them
all people have souls.
to
Thank you
save
very
them.
much.
You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protege. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Ooh. I'm gonna use this too, shall we? Ah.
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America, which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Young man, you are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
I'll go with that.
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French.
This seems like a really important time to be using these.
L'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso segreto.
What?
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
German?
I assure you, Emily, the
Oh, Prussian.
Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume. And
Oh,
let
wow.
Gregory finish.
They just called him a gigolo.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
I think this is his real plan.
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos. That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Oh boy. I mean, this is actually how history went. Oh boy. Oh boy.
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
You are committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
Okay. I hope I'm making the right decision here. Oh.
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
You see, Mr. President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those weapons. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
Let's go with
Mr.
that.
President, Lord Mortimer intends for you to conquer all the North American continent. He's relying on you to not stop at Louisiana, but to continue to push west.
Indeed, it would be dishonest to pretend that this is not my final objective.
But why didn't you tell me before?
So, Home doesn't see it coming, but by the time it dawns on Senor Godoy, it'll be too late because he'll realize that he's just lost all the North American continent. We all know that you won't stop once the path is cleared before you.
What do you mean?
You see, Monsieur Peru, it's very likely that once Louisiana becomes American, President Washington will push out even more and take the West Coast.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
One step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Louis, if you have a minute, I would like to ask a favor of you. I'm going to require your services.
How can I be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence, so I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Signor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Lord Mortimer, you're not telling me everything.
Let's say I wouldn't disapprove if the Right Honorable, though nonetheless choleric, Duke Manuel put you in his bad books. If it could motivate him to declare war on France, it would greatly serve our interests.
War? What do you mean?
I told you before the conference. The more we distract Spain from the Americas, the less it will have an eye on Louisiana.
Well then.
But all the same, we're talking about a war in Europe.
Don't worry. That's why Mr. Bonaparte is with us. I am convinced we'll be perfectly capable of managing the conflict. And Signor Godoy is not a great soldier. He will not commit Spain to a long war that he won't be capable of managing.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
Well then. Anything to grab around here? What's that? Is that a letter? It's something I can't look at. Gotcha.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Another golden elixir, huh?
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Ha-ha! I got it. See if there's anything else in this room I can open up or grab. Maybe a book. Those are the same as earlier. There we go. His servants aren't very good at keeping the place clean, if you ask me. Let's see here. Anything interesting in here?
Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays. A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Don't have any of them. Oh, was that a... Oh.
Amber crystals.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it looks like there's nothing else in here. What's in here? Okay. What? Oh, what's this? What is this?
The Great Work of the
Okay.
Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment. The human soul must descend, be corrupt, in order to become decomposed. It's something like what I felt when I think of what I found out about my mother.
I'm not
Very
going to go through all that.
metaphorical as occult theories go. The human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
Saw something here a second ago. Where'd it...
Golden elixir. Honey. I couldn't have hoped for better.
Oh, coin.
This is Circe.
And this is... I'm so glad you're coming. I did not doubt for a single minute you would accept this invitation. Despite the risk involved in the fact that we know each other well, I thought we might have gotten over many obstacles together. I cannot hide my apprehension this time around, given how high stakes are today. But having you here, Johann, is an invaluable asset. Keep up the effort. I will be all more proud to be satisfied. Look forward to seeing you again. Okay. Nope. Another one of these.
The alchemist is an old man.
A fragment of amber.
Okay, nothing else.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
The Lizo. And whose room am I in?
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Okay. Oh, I missed this. See if there's anything out here. Something else to grab. Another piece of amber.
Amber crystals.
Oh yeah. Golden elixir, huh? Yep, I'm pretty full on that. Let's see.
The signs of obscurantism. The Alchemist as a young man. The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone.
I thought it would be soul.
Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment.
Okay, I was hoping one of
Very
those would be a
metaphorical as
4-letter
occult
word.
theories go, the human spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
Anything that'll give me a hint.
The alchemist is an old man.
I'm not finding any more hints.
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Zinc. There it is. There's the answer.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Okay, where's the... Oh, 3H Chemicum, Orders to Lucarium, Notes by De Roche, Thoughts on Man and Society. Okay then. Nothing over here. No. Searching the hallways for hidden goodies. Nope. Oh, okay, I'm back here. Seem to have cleaned up her body. She had 2 mattresses.
Third of November,
Okay, I've already read all those. Read that one. Okay, I can't seem to find anything else. So her room is empty. That is a point. Anything else?
President George Washington.
Searching everyone's rooms for extra stuff here. More golden elixir.
Locked.
Small key, you say?
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward.
Okay, that was his invitation.
Carmelite water. You say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. Honey. I couldn't have hoped for better.
That must be the key on the mantle. There it is. Small key.
locked. The President's personal reserve of laudanum, and judging by the quantity, you can't go without it. Ah, there's
What
also
does
a letter.
laudanum do anyway? Exactly. I'm sure my answer as quickly as I can. We already spoke about it before you left, but I know that things are not improved. I urge you to follow my advice and stop taking laudanum immediately. I'm already looking for a substitute. I'm not afraid you won't. But I'm afraid you won't wait. Your excessive consummation is in danger of definitively impairing you of your chances of securing your next mandate. Your addiction is jeopardizing the exercise of your office and duties, my friend. I regret to see no other solution but to stop your daily intake here. Sincerely, Woo. Okay then. He's addicted to laudanum. I think that's everything I'm gonna find in here. Okay, so laudanum is an opioid. Well, it was before we started processing it. I just googled it. It used to be widely available, but now it's prescription only. Doing more adventuring in the house. I found a good bit of stuff.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
I can't go into the Cardinal's room? Oh, you suck.
Huh, that's me.
Let's check my room to see if anything's popped up, like coins. I haven't been in here in a while.
Inferno by
That's
Dante.
Inferno.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter golden elixir.
Oh, some honey. Okay. Probably good.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Okay. What's Napoleon got in here?
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Politics. He's immune to politics. Gotcha. want it? Okay, I guess not.
Leave me, de Richet. I don't feel like talking. Are you gonna keep sticking to me like glue?
Yes.
Hell's bells, I don't deserve this. There's nothing you can do for me.
What's going on? Maybe I can help.
Not anymore, you can't. Not against him. But thanks for the offer.
Who are you talking about?
You know very well.
Lord Mortimer? You talk as if you were in danger, monsieur. Has he threatened you in any way?
I'm done for, Monsieur de Richet. I played with the devil, and I lost.
Oh boy.
Don't you think it would be good for you to shed your burden?
That is my intention.
You're worried. You have a secret. You're afraid of talking about it. So you're afraid of what might happen to you if you talk to me about it?
No. My fate is already sealed. Time is short, Louis. Follow my advice. Find your mother if she's still alive, and get out of here. Flee this damned island of doom.
Are we in danger?
You've been in danger since the minute you set foot on this rock. He wants you. He's sizing you up. He is circling around you. It's blindingly obvious. And you, flattered as you are, will soon be running around for him just to keep your place among his precious few. It feels so good to be accepted by him. You will experience power, wealth, glory. He will give it all to you until one day you will feel so eaten up inside that you will no longer know who you are. You will find yourself void of all conscience, of all freedom.
Well then.
You can no longer look at yourself in the mirror without feeling sick.
Refuse, I tell you. From now on, say no. No!
You're a good man, Louis. You look after yourself. As for me, I shall take back my freedom tomorrow morning. I'm through with it all.
Huh.
There you go. Back in the saddle. I'm glad to hear it.
Come on. It's late. I'd like to get some rest.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
Well then. I feel like I've helped him. Let's see if there's anything out here. Okay, other than him, it looks like there's nothing out here. Oh, wrong one. Didn't even think about the fact that I had to come out of Napoleon's room.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. It's a beautiful weapon. Levi Damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
Okay, so conviction. He's immune to conviction.
Bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Yeah, Napoleon Bonaparte. It's going over here. Hand it over.
The Beaucaire dinner. It hasn't been signed yet, but there's a letter with it.
As promised, there are a few pages that I recommend you publish within the next few months. It's both notes to sheer lack of time that It prevented you from stringing these lines together yourself. The idea of yours, no idea to feel indebted. Your success will suffice for the good of all.
So, Bonaparte is going to publish a book that he didn't write. That crafty little rascal.
Well then. Anything else I can find in here of any importance? I don't think so. Can't even go into his little bathroom or anything.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar.
Just because he's gone and he was angry. The place is trashed. I've already talked to him though.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Oh, I don't have the key, but I can unlock it anyway. Some letters. Noise.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking.
Nice.
Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister Marie-Hélène.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Dear Monsieur Peru,
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Dear Monsieur Peru.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Comments testimony. You say how much I miss you. How much? I've already talked to him. See anything else I can grab? What's this? Some more golden elixir. God, there's a lot of this stuff is showing up. Another book, huh?
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris.
It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it.
This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Psychology. Okay, I think I've gotten everything from in here. So I can't go back up to a study. And I've checked every room possible. Can I go downstairs? since I have that free thing, and I haven't found a single key to the one in... I think I haven't found a single key to the one downstairs? In the main room, in the conference room? I'm gonna see if I can go in there and open that up. I can't. Okay. Can go outside though. I'll check that later.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Aha! Use that in a little bit. Mysterious notes. That's the thing, I can't... Where would the mysterious notes be? Servants. This is people. Map. Character. Talents. Huh. Well, I still don't understand what the mysterious notes are supposed to be. Anything else other than that golden elixir and the paintings? Let's go out into the maze. Check that later. Okay, nothing else here. Such a beautiful thing. I love books. Love them. I think this is...
Atreus,
Yeah.
the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Oh, there's a note in the... Okay. Apparently, I can't pick up that note that's inside the book there. Isn't that Godoy? That might be why the person's knocking at his door, because he's not even in there. Wait, is that Godoy? That is Godoy, okay. Is that Von Wollner at... I think that's Von Wollner at Godoy's door. Okay, so I'm gonna head back up and talk to Wollner then. After I finish doing my rounds.
I would like to come in.
I am sorry, sir, but that is not possible for the moment.
Why do you ask?
Sir Gregory's orders, sir.
Very well. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Wollner out of the way.
Perhaps he didn't hear you. Did you try entering?
No, of course not. It would not be proper, after all.
True.
I've searched all over the manor, but I can't find him.
One thing's for sure, Monsieur de Richet. He's neither in his room nor on this floor. I've just looked all over.
I propose we both look for him. The first to find him tells the Duke that the other is also looking for him. Agreed?
Perfect. Let's do that. I shall have a look in the library. If you find the Duke before me, tell him I want to speak to him.
Oh, I already know where he is, though.
Let's proceed as you say.
Thank you, Monsieur de Richet.
Right. Now be a good boy and go look somewhere else.
He's in the red salon. The red living room, apparently. Okay, Godoy, what do you have in here?
Mary Louise of Parma.
Parmesan?
How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke. It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting. It's a letter. Of course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender. Well, well, Mr. Godoy. You seem very interested in hiding this letter. Another secret romance, I presume? So, let's see what it says. It seems the Queen isn't the only one enjoying the Lord Duke's favors. If the Queen found out, it would cost him dearly. I'll keep it with me. You never know.
Blackmail.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking was like shooting without taking aim. I have to think about that one.
Oh, that's my room. Okay. Never know when I'll have another chance to come in here, so might as well grab it now.
A fragment of amber.
Ooh, yeah.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Okay. Anything else? Nope. Oh, that's that painting. Hello, sir.
Duke Manuel?
Well, well. Monsieur de Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
I see you're still feeling under pressure. Since your arrival, I've noticed that you've been on the defensive. It seems to me that Monsieur Peru has a knack for getting your back up.
That is the least you can say. Indeed, I was warned. I knew what to expect. For God's sake, why in the hell did your people execute their king? Have the French gone stark raving mad? There are nothing but monarchies in power in Europe. They will all come crashing down on you.
We shall see. It might, well, turn out to be the opposite.
You certainly do not lack for audacity, young man.
I don't think I'm supposed to.
Tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries just waiting for the word to pounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere. We come from France. We are President of the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you are right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
Can use another one of these.
Duke Manuel, for Spain, I don't know. But for you, I'm convinced that Lord Mortimer will thank you generously.
You would not be trying to bribe me, would you?
Nothing could be further from my mind. It would be an insult to believe that someone such as yourself might have a practical attitude towards its virtue. Even so, it is only natural that you be supported and encouraged if you were to follow Lord Mortimer, isn't it?
Indeed, for services rendered, it would be natural for me to receive compensation for the time spent achieving such an undertaking, yes?
Naturally. And, given your status, my Lord Duke, the compensation would have to be considerable.
Naturally. Tell me one last thing. What would I gain from all this?
You unshackle yourself from Sir Gregory, who, let's face it, takes up a lot of space.
What are you talking about?
My friend, I'm guessing that you wouldn't mind getting a little freedom from the overbearing control he exerts?
I would never have gotten where I am today without him. He is an influential man who is true to his word.
Okay, I feel like that might have been a blunder.
But he obliges you to...
That's enough. I will not allow you to stab him in the back. Sir Gregory is a respectable gentleman, and your petty manipulations have no effect on me. If that is your only argument, then you are on the wrong track.
Let's see here. Where is he? There he is. Manipulation and occultism.
If you continue with Home, our two countries will become rivals. It could turn into war. Who knows?
It is likely, even.
A war, Duke Manuel, on our own territories. Do you really see yourself committing the Kingdom of Spain to an armed conflict against France? Can you imagine the financial investment required, not to mention the loss of lives and dishonor at the slightest defeat? Do you see yourself being the man responsible for that?
No, but you are the one who's pushing me into it, you damned Frenchman!
I'm not pushing you into anything, Duke Manuel. If you are a man of the future and of progress, as I'm given to believe, you will know how much suffering a war would bring.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Indeed.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke. See you tomorrow. Well, that's one thing out of the way. Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Indeed. Let's see here. So it's time to go to bed, I guess. I've been everywhere I can. I've gotten everything I can. I think I'm gonna eat up my honey before I actually go to bed. Okay. Going straight to bed, or okay? Is someone gonna try to talk to me? Oh, she is.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
But tell me, you didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind, although you would have everything to gain by it.
There's no point trying to persuade me. Don't hold it against me.
Of course not, silly. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
Of course, Emily.
Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us before it's too late.
Mother doesn't want this to succeed.
I admit, you've sown the seed of doubt, but I don't know how... Mortimer's gonna take my last-minute change of mind.
Don't worry yourself about that, really. It's only discussions and verbal jousting. No one's going to die, whatever happens, and Sir Gregory will be there to support you.
Very well. You can count on me to join your side, then. But don't tell anyone until the vote.
Promise. We'll make a good team, you'll see.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Still nothing. And you? Any news of your sister?
No, but knowing her, I'm persuaded she's on someone's trail. You'll see. She'll surprise us all.
If only you knew, Emily. You're right. We must remain positive. I'm sure it won't be long before she turns up.
My thoughts too. She is Duchess Hillsborough, after all.
And as such, she is capable of anything.
I am sure that you'll appreciate her. You'll see.
No doubt about that.
And it might turn out that you prefer her to me. Who knows?
Indeed, who knows?
You like to play with fire, Louis. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
What'd you come here
it's
for?
late. You're right.
Oh, did you come here to hit on me?
Come, Louis.
Okay, then. Another vision!
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him.
He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough, why isn't she here?
She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. We want to have a little more faith in her.
What are we going to do about Washington?
He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king.
Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim.
He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Does he know?
Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Sir, the conference is about to begin.
Well then.
You are expected in the conference room.
Totally made
Tell
him
them
jump.
I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
This is a pretty long quest going on here.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Duke Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and
Calm, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What? What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of
Okay,
course.
I'm pissed.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, Camille.
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques,
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
come, Jacques. We'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you. I've had
I'm
enough
just gonna
of your
let him
money,
do it.
your influence, your power. I want my freedom back. I want my damn life
What's
back.
this? Well then. It's definitely gonna bring something to light. Well then. What do I want to upgrade here? I have 8 points. Well, that certainly does something for me.
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again, it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course.
It's absolutely incomprehensible.
As you say.
No idea what he could have blamed himself for. But the poor man was literally racked with remorse.
What a pity he did not seek the mercy of the Lord. He is forever damned now.
I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Okay then. Do this, this, and this.
I wanted to see you to apologize for all these events. I am absolutely bowled over by what has just happened. Who would have thought that Monsieur Peru would have taken his own life like that?
I don't know. We weren't inside his mind.
Of course. Oh, I did notice that he seemed to have a lot on his mind since he arrived here. The burden of his position, the difficult political atmosphere in Paris. But never did I think he would go to such an extreme.
He could have asked for help. No one held his hand when he pulled the trigger. We cannot blame ourselves despite the gravity of the act.
I admit that I did have serious doubts about him of late. I found him wary and distant.
After such an act, I agree it is difficult to say whether or not he had all his mental faculties. On that note, my lord, I'll be leaving you. Have we covered everything?
Absolutely. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. I wanted to thank you for your support during the conference. You've made the right choice, and it gives me tremendous satisfaction to have you with me on this project.
I didn't even say anything.
What is at stake is worth it, my lord. Now, I won't hide from you the fact that I have no idea by what miracle we could ever get a unanimous vote.
Trust me, Louis. We still have a few more cards to play. You'll see. Anything can happen in politics.
I'll see you later, my lord.
Well, it's definitely getting interesting, that's for sure. It's probably because I just talked to him. But if that's what he felt like he needed to do, I'm not gonna fight it. It's not the best choice. That's a fact. Anything to grab? Not seem so.
Impossible to tell with you people.
Yes, sir.
Your yes is not sufficient. Tell the others, for crying out loud. Remember to close my window once you've done my room. This isn't Corsica, you know. I'm freezing.
Of course, sir. I'll see to it straight away.
Good.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Yes, Louis.
Hold on.
What do you want? Let's get to the point. I have to study our different possibilities for turning the vote in our favor. We just lost the vote for the next conference, and we already had fewer votes than Holm. I must absolutely find a solution.
Yes. Yes, indeed. But I believe if Lord Mortimer is still confident, it's because he still has a few cards up his sleeve.
I hope so. I sincerely hope so. Unfortunately, that vote of Godoy you acquired is probably not going to suffice.
Well, it's still more than what you've done, isn't it?
I see you have a short fuse, monsieur. As someone who just started a war with Spain, if I were you, I wouldn't get on my high horse so quickly. In short, we haven't a minute to lose. I'll leave you now.
Just a minute. Why did Duchess Hillsborough go and see you last night?
Ah, I see that it bothers you not to know. I've half a mind to send you on a wild goose chase. The Duchess simply came to persuade me to change sides. But rest assured, with the most honorable intentions. Now, Louis, Time is running short, and as I said, I'm in a hurry. I have to go now. I will see you later.
Okay. I'm just gonna head to my room. I honestly just do not feel like running around every single part.
Next time, I'll listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me. What now?
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming.
El Presidente.
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Oh, shit.
This doesn't.
Emily might want to avenge her sister. I must act quickly.
You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Emily's room is this way.
I do believe that's Emily's voice. I can't understand what she's saying.
Let's see here. Is there another room?
Damn it! It's closed. Seems like the key is still in the lock on the other side. That means I won't be able to pick it. Or I could do as I did the last time in the tower room.
Let's see here.
I wonder if I can get the key by pushing something underneath and making it fall. It's not a very complex lock. I'm sure I can force it if I can just find something to smash it with. Slowly, Louis. Nice and slow. I must act fast.
Okay. What do you have in here?
My dear Napoleon.
Oh, this is Napoleon's room?
Golden elixir. Consume without excess.
And then we come around to Emily's room.
Huh. It's as if there are several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you what happened to me. That's how it works.
A letter from William Pitt the
I'm not that
Younger
naive.
addressed to
I
Emily.
know you inside
The
out.
present
Stop.
Prime Minister. Two
We'll end up
coils
losing
circle the
everything
lock.
if you keep on.
Dear Gregory, thank you for the information.
All right. I've retrieved everything. A letter from William Pitt the Elder addressed to Emily. A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Okay, so I'm just quickly grabbing everything I can before I go in there and confront them. That looks like my mother on the ground. Who's she aiming a gun at?
What on earth is... You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk after everything I've
Oh,
done
you've
for
got to
you.
be...
You are joking, I hope.
What?
Right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart. After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You pretty little bitch. How dare you? Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope.
Oh, Lord.
I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on, then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on, then. Shoot. After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait, what's going...
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot. Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure there's no doubt.
Rational and open, Louis. Let's see. How can I tell them apart? Wait, I've got an idea.
On the night of our arrival, you asked me what had become of me since we last met in London, many years ago. What did I answer?
You told me you had become a detective, Louis. You only know that because I told you. You even told me about your exploits with the thieves who tortured their victims. What were they called again? The chauffeur d'Auger, I think. I was the one who told you that. Liar. I was there.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
Okay. Okay, so questioning is not gonna help.
When we arrived at the manor, someone was already present in the Great Hall. Who was it?
President Washington. She knows about this part as well. I'm warning you. Obviously, I told you.
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll. Before going to bed, I went for a stroll. Did we speak to each other during that stroll?
You must be mistaken. After going up to bed, I went straight to sleep. But she knows all that, Louis. I already told her. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you.
I have no
Look
idea.
At yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
We found ourselves in Mortimer's secret gallery. What did we find in that room?
A load of old junk that Mortimer had collected. A so-called Pandora's box in the form of an urn. An old sheepskin that he must take for the Golden Fleece. The Bible of Judas. Property deeds as old as the hills. And a broken old sword. You are wasting your time, Louis. She already knows all that. Of course I do. I was there. That's enough! I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well. Let's talk about us.
Use this.
Last night, when you came to my room, what exactly did you expect from me?
Exactly what happened. I was hoping you would share your bed with me. What?
Which I did.
And it was delicious, sir. What do you mean? It was delicious. You little slut. What did you do?
I knew it.
Believe it or not, Louis, out of fear of her jealousy, I didn't tell Emma that we spent last night together. I hate you!
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
Opposite me. Because the sword was not broken.
It's you, Emily.
No, Luke!
No, oh, god dang it, I made the wrong choice, no!
No, Emma, it's her, I know it. Despite all the trouble you've gone to put one over on me, I know it is her.
That's enough now, Emma. You little slut! Don't think you are going to get away with this so easily. You are going to stop your little game right now.
Oh, I think I did the wrong one because I did the wrong choice. No, that's not what I meant to...
No!
Emily?
I am the Duchess.
But...
You don't. Dear God, what have I done? See what you've done. See?
Louis?
Mother!
What on earth is...
Go away! You must go. Everyone is going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Come on, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for you.
Emily.
Madam,
Did I act...
coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her. Please. Go. I'll cover you.
I don't know. I think I made the mistake. I don't... Ah! I think I picked the wrong one. I thought it was having me choose which one was Emma, not which one was Emily. So I accidentally chose the person in front of me. But she was immune to it, so...
God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Did you hear that? I was not dreaming, was I?
Certainly not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Gentlemen, go back to your rooms. Go back to your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about.
Well then.
Thank you.
Going back to the garden crypt. It's the red room. Can I go through here? Okay. Oh, where is it? There was something here. I saw it. Well, where's the chest? There it is.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
Just gonna... And out we go. Mother. Oh, mother. How do I get to it? Let's see here. Forgetting how I got there in the first place. Probably could have picked this up a while ago. Well, it'll help me find some more stuff, I guess. Okay, so I was able to get to that from the center, so I should be able to find my way back. No. Here we go.
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only. Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and rational. I know you are going to find this hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true.
Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying.
Open.
Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Mortimer
Right.
and
So let me
Gregory.
guess. Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Home does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Home had sent Volner to get it for him.
Home and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those 2.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand, and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes, written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it later.
I went beyond the Nightmare Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Home are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
and without any security or personnel.
Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way. You found me. You have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him.
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him, or rather he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
He was already old in those days, wasn't he? So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't in that body. But I know it was him. I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few of his intonations, his mannerisms.
Wait a minute. You were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Yes, sorry. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Hold on.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
It happens.
And you refused, of course.
Why, naturally, Louis. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the Order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute. One last thing. What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen. Once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
Huh.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
You're probably right. On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that. I shall show you.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He wants the United States to occupy all the North American territory. France should recover Louisiana and give it to the United States. In that case, the Americans would just have to push west to chase the Spanish from the continent once and for all.
And as Mortimer controls Washington, you may just as well say that it will put him at the head of a world superpower. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
There. That's why we are here.
What is that? This is getting interesting.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Okay.
This is the book in which you left your correspondence with Duchess Hillsborough, isn't it?
That's right.
You still believe it's in the tower room, don't you?
I don't know. There is only one way to find out, though.
Right. I shall go and see. There's one in the portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous. If you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
What did you do then?
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I lost my hand before I did need one. And you can see the result.
What do you mean by the concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you.
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea. But it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
Okay.
Some nails?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter. and 6466 to exit.
Yep.
Of course. What do you mean by the concordance
I already
of
did
dates
that.
exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you. One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us.
And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
Okay then. Do this. Okay, it should be around here somewhere. Oh, what's back here?
Famous
there it is.
cross of
Found it.
Emerald III. Perfect. And one key found.
What's this? Okay. The exegesis? Not gonna be able to go in through there. Or there. Totally missed what the exegesis was. Air symbol. I've got both of the air symbol keys. Where was that? Oh, I was already over here. What's exegesis? See, that's the biggin.
Right. It's definitely an armillary sphere, but I have to find one that I can take with me. Otherwise, I risk drawing too much attention to my comings and goings. Now, right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet. That statue is not positioned correctly. Open sesame.
Okay, here we are. See if I can find one in here.
So that's Pandora's box? An urn? Mother seemed worried that I was able to open it. I wonder why.
Is this the exegesis?
So that's the exegesis of Judas.
Okay, yes it is.
I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Okay.
Caesar's laurel wreath. Given all the relics preserved here, it wouldn't surprise me if Mortimer claimed it was Excalibur.
Nothing here.
The Ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is several centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend.
Time to go back.
Right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Oh, what's this? Okay, I need to find a smaller armillary sphere. That's for sure. The nails in the Bible are going to be pretty near each other. Okay, I do have to admit, this is an amazing view over here. But where can I find an armillary sphere? Let's see here. Not finding anything down here. So I'm gonna go through downstairs, and then I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna grab the book and the nails and try and hunt down a sphere. If I don't find any down here, that is.
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Okay, maybe there might be one in here. I doubt it. Seeing any around. Yeah, not seeing anything. Might be upstairs. Oh, what's that? Carmelite water. Carmeline water, whatever. Carmeline water. Something like that. No. I have a feeling he's going to be in his secret study when I go in there. Okay, load up, and do this. And it should be this way, I believe. Grab the Bible first.
Ah, Louis. Glad you're here.
Blasted. He's gonna talk about my mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters. Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages, I'm certain. There must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
If you want my opinion, a servant must have burnt some old papers. That's all.
Oh.
Why, of course. You very nearly made me think that you were trying to hide something, Louis. No, I'm sure there must be other hidden messages.
He won't let go. He's going to work his way back to the Bible if he continues.
Where is he?
A chest with
Ah,
the
I have the
occult
keys.
symbol representing air.
Bible's still there.
Okay. Why am I getting all these negative effects? Because I failed at that thing. That is a huge one. So I'm pretty sure that's not the one I'm here for.
Right. This time, it'll be a lot quicker. If I remember rightly, the code was 1191.
Ah! Lower lever.
Of course. Weaknesses of the Human Psyche by Gilhelm Trimore.
Okay, I was thinking that might be a book I could pick up. I was wrong. Now for the nails.
There. Those are the nails I was looking for. All right, come on. Let's get out of here. 6466, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I didn't even have to put them in. Okay, so I need to find out where this armillary sphere is. Might be in one of the guest rooms. Whose is this?
Monsieur Jacques Peru?
Let's see. What's this?
Great, honey. Great, honey.
Not seeing any spheres in here.
Dear Monsieur Peru. All right. I've retrieved everything.
It looks like there's still stuff in there, so.
A cache.
Okay, so it's not in there.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
See if he has any. Yeah, not seeing much of anything in here.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Do you have it?
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. T.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam.
Yeah, I'm not finding much of anything in here either. Okay. Next room would be
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Godoy's room. Gotcha. I'm gonna check my room too, although I'm sure there's no sphere in there. Double check just to be sure.
Don Quixote. Talking without
Okay,
thinking
I have been in here.
is like shooting without taking aim. You have to think about that one.
A Greek drachma. One of the rare ancient coins to be mentioned both in the Bible and in the Quran.
Okay, anything else? Doesn't really seem like it. Okay. Other than a coin, nothing in there. Let's check my room then. Maybe I'll find another coin. Oh. Boop, boop, doo doo. Okay, and searching.
Inferno by
yeah, that's
Dante.
Inferno.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter. Golden elixir.
I might as well drink what I have.
Golden elixir.
Anything else? Anything I may or may not have missed? Nothing. Look over here. More paintings. Yeah, no, nothing. The room of...
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Wait, was it already in Godoy's room? I went the wrong way. No.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
The priest? What, is he a priest? No. He's a cardinal. It literally just said. Oh, he's already in here.
I have no time to lose, so I might as well not bother him. My dear Giuseppe.
Okay, then I won't talk to him. I'll just barge into his room and look around for something that might not even be here.
Great. Honey. Amber crystals.
Yep, there's nothing in here. Nope.
President George Washington.
Okay, Georgie, you got a sphere? Jeez. Golden elixirs up the wazoo. Well, I'm not seeing one anywhere. He doesn't have one. Okay, next stop is... Oh, maybe she has one. I mean, she was into the whole, all the weird magic stuff. No, not a single thing. Okay, then.
Monsieur Johann von Wulner.
Well, I guess this is the next room. Let's see if it's in here. Gonna find it eventually, hopefully. Right here.
An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away.
It's pretty big still, even for... okay. Let's go this way. This would probably actually make either an excellent movie or a miniseries. Probably the whole point, though, is it's a game miniseries, and it's the whole point of all episodic games, really. I mean, I love the idea and everything. I don't like having to wait for them, though. So I'm glad I got this with all 5 episodes. Oh. I've returned, Madre.
So, good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse.
Okay.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed 1 nail in Bethlehem,
But he's of
1
Nazareth.
in chapter 2, and 1 in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
All right, my turn now.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
Oh, what's this? Okay.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas. The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
The fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her. You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N-R-I. Nothing more. Why, of course. I-N-R-I. Jesus Nazarenus Rex Eudorum. These initials stand for Jesus the Nazarene, King of the Jews. This is the inscription which appears on the cross at the crucifixion of Jesus. If Mortimer deliberately set a trap by showing the birth of Christ, then maybe the solution is the contrary. The death of Christ in that case?
Okay.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified.
on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Okay.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Okay. Jerusalem. 19? Was it? Yeah. 1917.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
Okay. Right? Shouldn't it have done something? Jerusalem, 1917.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull,
Golgotha,
which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him.
Okay.
And 2
it
others
wasn't
with him
Jerusalem, it was Golgotha.
on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Golgotha, 1917.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category. Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals.
Okay. That's what I did. Oh, that's because I put him in the... That goes in there. Oh boy.
It works.
Well done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
Something about I saw at the very top.
There must surely be a connection between the wheels.
The very top, the
There are different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels. Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon.
Okay. How do I move it? I'm guessing it's these, because I remember. Crown of Thorns. What day? Crucifixion.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793,
8th of Nisan.
in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Hold on. 8th of Nisan. 8th of April? 8 Nisan 3, 8 April and 29. Oh, and then there's just 8 Nisan, which is the 26th of March, 33.
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
So I'm guessing it's either the 26th of March, or the 8th of April. That's the 26th of March right there.
Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme. By following the clues in the Bibles and the architect's notes, the crucifixion took place on the 8th of Nisan 3793, according to the astronomers of that time. That would correspond to March 26th in the year 33 on a modern calendar.
Okay, so I'm going to go with 26th of March. And then he said something about the moon earlier.
The moon's shadow moves from west to east.
So 26 is 7 Shaban, negative 607.
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
First quarter. No. From east to west. Right? You said east to west?
The moon's shadow moves from west to east.
So that would be left to right. No, dang it. Which would mean... I think that's first quarter? It's either that... No, it's gibbous and waxing? No. Oh god, it's been so long since I've done astronomy. Yeah, because the full moon, half moon are considered halves. Okay, so that's the first quarter. Okay. Let's hope I don't lose my hand for this. Because I'm pretty sure that let's try it.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
That's not. Oh, I lost my hand. Well, I failed at that. That was all bad, but I did the... How am I supposed to know which of the two it was supposed to be then? Because there were two different possible dates. Oh well. Well, that's the end of chapter, I guess. hold on. Next time we'll be doing chapter 4 with one less arm. Until then, I hope everyone has a fantastic afternoon.